The castles and palaces of the world today are mainly tourist attractions or vacation retreats used by billionaires. But in medieval times, they were a sign of power, wealth, and feudal reign. Welcome to Planet Luxury. Join us as we take a look inside the most luxurious castles in the world. Number 8. Stirling Castle. Stirling Castle is one of the most important castles in Scotland because of its strategic location guarding a crucial crossing point on the River Forth. It is no surprise that two of Scotland's greatest triumphs took place in the county, the battles of Stirling Bridge of 1297 and Bannockburn of 1314. Stirling Castle has a lot to offer, but one of the most favored tourist attractions is the Great Hall, which has been restored to its 16th century glory. This hall's wooden roof is stunning, and you can easily imagine Scottish monarchs enjoying banquets here. The Royal Palace, which is located within the castle walls, is yet another feature. The castle now has a tapestry gallery, refurbished bedrooms, and elaborate fireplaces thanks to a £12 million restoration. When you visit the ramparts, you'll find historic cannons aimed over an amazing view of the Scottish landscape. Number 7. Neuschwanstein Castle. Only a few places in the world appear to be more like unreal illustrations from a picture book. The Neuschwanstein Castle, nestled in the Bavarian Alps with its towers, turrets, frescoes, and throne hall, seems like it was stolen right out of a fairy tale. And surprise, surprise, it is rumored to be the real-life inspiration for the home of Cinderella. It's obvious after you see it. In 1868, the palace was commissioned by King Ludwig II of Bavaria to be a private residence just about 65,000 square feet in size. Despite his grand plans, only 14 out of the 200 interior rooms were finished, which are now open to the public. Once inside, you'll have access to the cave-like grotto, the king's bedroom, and the singer's hall, among others. The throne room perfectly portrays Ludwig's desire to have a kingdom of his own. One of the highlights beyond the castle's walls is Marienbrook, the bridge which hangs over a waterfall and offers the most iconic views. More than 1.3 million people love to visit the castle annually, and the estimated cost of this fantasy is around $250 million today. Number 6. Hearst Castle. Perched atop a California hill halfway between San Francisco and Los Angeles, Hearst Castle is a breathtaking testament to one of the 20th century's most prominent businessmen and his expensive tastes. Named after the newspaper magnate William Randolph Hearst, it's actually a mansion called La Casa Grande. At his peak, Hearst owned more than 250,000 acres of land around the castle. Just imagine swimming in the Neptune pool built into the hilltop surrounded by Roman columns, or enjoying the beautiful view of the Santa Lucia Mountains from a north-facing terrace. The courtyards are adorned with sculptures from Egypt. You have lavish bedrooms with one-of-a-kind Art Deco ceilings from Spain. The star of the show is most likely the assembly room, which is so large at 2,500 square feet that phones were placed at each end, allowing visitors to call rather than walk across it. With 56 bedrooms, 61 bathrooms, and a 127-acre garden, what do you think is the value of one of the most opulent houses in the country? A whopping $700 million. Number 5. Himeji Castle. It's easy to forget that Himeji Castle was designed like a fortress with its sparkling white walls and gracefully terraced roofs. The old stronghold, also known as Himeji-jo, is on two hilltops in the city of Himeji and is the best remaining example of 17th century Japanese castle architecture. It has a total size of 233 hectares, with stone and wood being the primary materials used in the constructions. The castle complex is made up of 83 buildings, including storehouses, gateways, corridors, and turrets. It is Japan's largest and most visited castle, which has also appeared extensively in numerous European and Japanese films, including the James Bond film You Only Live Twice, as well as Akira Kurosawa's Kagemusha and Ran. If you're enjoying the video so far, do me a solid and smash that like button so the YouTube algorithm can rank it faster. Number 4. Frederiksborg Castle. The renowned Frederiksborg Castle, located on 3 small isles on the Castle Lake, was created as a symbol of King Christian IV's sovereignty as ruler of Denmark and Norway. Before its original construction was destroyed in a fire in 1859, the Renaissance castle served as the former royal residence for more than 100 years. Following the reconstruction, the royal family opted not to dwell on the castle any longer. Frederiksborg reopened in 1878 as the Museum of National History. Today, the world-renowned museum depicts Danish history through its magnificent collection of portraits, ancient paintings, and castle interiors. Number 3. Ashford Castle. The perfectly splendid Ashford Castle in County Mayo has stood the test of time. The Guinness family donated it to the Irish government in 1915 before it was converted to a hotel by Noel Huggard in 1939. It would be a shame to miss out on the many estate activities with 350 acres to experience. There's plenty to keep you occupied. Picture salmon fishing and horseback riding along wooden trails, or trying your hand at clay shooting and archery. The luxury spa has been of particular pride after a renovation that cost a hefty $75 million. With the ornate interiors and seashell chandeliers, breathtaking views from the terrace, and other outstanding facilities, Ashford Castle truly has a world of its own to unwind. Over the years, visitors at the castle have included world-famous guests like Oscar Wilde, John Lennon, and George Harrison from the Beatles, as well as the US President Ronald Reagan. Number 2. Chateau de Chambord. Chateau de Chambord, a beautiful showcase of French Renaissance architecture with 440 rooms, 282 fireplaces, 84 staircases, and a picturesque moat, is one of the most attractive constructions created by the French monarchs. In 1519, King Francois I began work on the large chateau in the Loire Valley as a weekend hunting getaway. It's hard to capture the beauty of the palace in one video, but there are certain elements of the castle that always stand out. You cannot not notice the double helix staircase, which was explicitly inspired by the Italian polymath Leonardo da Vinci. You get to the top of the terraces on the second floor and you can enjoy the breathtaking panoramic views of the formal gardens, or have the opportunity to admire the various intricacies of the turrets, stairs, and chimneys. The grounds sit on 13,000 acres, which allows you to walk through the alleyways and appreciate the many flower beds and manicured lawns the palace has to offer. Number 1. Palace of Versailles. Once a humble hunting lodge, the opulent Palace of Versailles is now a grand symbol of the power and wealth of French royalty. It was originally constructed in 1682 under the order of King Louis XIV, the Sun King, to serve as the royal residence. The 720,000 square foot palace contains 700 rooms as well as some of the most stunning gardens in the world. Among the palace's most celebrated architectural designs is the Hall of Mirrors, decorated in a Baroque style with a display of 357 mirrors. the king's apartments are yet another beauty to marvel at the palace, where every room was dedicated to one of the 7 known planets at the time and the Roman god associated with it. It truly belonged to a king. Adjusted to inflation, estimates place the cost of construction between, wait for it, $200 to $300 billion. That's the story on castles, but let's keep talking. Here's another video for you.